You have all the questions?
Nope. Okay. I am not prepared.
Drama.
You choose how this day goes.
She's loving.
My ass. Does my hair look too bad to do this video in honesty?
No.
Honesty.
No.
In honesty, tell me.
You don't.
You were in honesty when you said that?
I'm in honesty.
You ready for this?
Yep.
Hey Peaches, what's up? So today I have Dustin with me. I asked you guys a little while back on my Instagram if you wanted a meet my boyfriend type of video. Not exactly the tag, but just where you guys ask some questions. So we're here today. We have some questions. We're gonna be answering them. Okay. How did you guys meet and how long before you started dating? So how we met is my favorite story ever. I was working at the salon that I still work at right now, and at that time I was shampooing. I was an assistant to one of the stylists. And so Dustin came in for a haircut and I got to shampoo him, and we just had a really good conversation while I shampooed him and talked about a bunch of stuff. And then he wanted to ask for my number when he left that day.
But I didn't know if it was okay.
Policy. And when he did eventually ask for my number, which I'm not going to say all of the details about it because I kind of want to make a separate video of like our entire meeting story. But I didn't know if I was allowed to give him my number. I didn't know if we were allowed to do that kind of thing. So we had an interesting time actually communicating, but then we finally did. And then how long before we started dating?
It was probably 2 or 3 weeks. I think we met on the 4th of June, and we went on our first date on the 20th of June.
Dustin knew from the beginning we were going to be together, but I was afraid.
But that's okay.
The next one is, how long have you guys been together?
A little over 2 years.
What is your guys' favorite thing about each other?
You can start.
I like a ton of things about Dustin. I really like every single little thing about him. But I really like that he's so positive, because I was super positive when I was younger and growing up. I kind of stopped doing that. I don't think intentionally, just I kind of lost that. And I really like that Dustin always looks at the glass half full and helps me to look at it that way too.
I like her humor. That she's always making me laugh with like faces or expressions or impressions or little dance moves that happen spontaneously, or little voices that she comes up with on the spot, or whatever the case may be. She naps a lot.
I nap all the time. I never used to be a napper, and then all of a sudden, that's like every single time I get to take a nap, I do. And I don't nap like for 15 minutes, I nap for like 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
What do you and Dustin like to do together? One of our very first activities we ever got into was antiquing.
Yep.
That's something that me and him both really enjoy, especially if there's like an antique mall, so there's a lot to see. We rarely ever buy anything from anywhere, but we like to look at things.
Just like to shop in general. I mean, like you said, we don't really buy anything usually, but we just like to, just like to go places and talk about stuff that we see.
Do you guys want kids one day?
Yep.
No, we hate kids.
Yes, she does.
Yeah, we do.
She's lying. She's lying to all of y'all.
I love little kitties. What was the first thing you guys noticed about each other?
The first thing I noticed about her was probably her smile, and it's still what drives me crazy, but was, so when she came up to get me, to take me back to shampoo me, it was her smile, although that was sort of her I'm greeting customers smile, but any of her smiles get me.
First thing that I noticed about Dustin that stood out to me as unique and special and very cute is his voice. I don't know how to explain his voice, but if you guys can hear it.
It sounds like this.
It sounds like that. And it's just the cutest thing I've ever heard in my life, and I love it. How does he feel about makeup?
He's for it.
On me, not on him, probably.
Yeah, not on me.
I'm trying to get him to do a tag where I can do his makeup, but he won't let me. What are some of the best qualities you bring out of each other? I say first is, like I said earlier, he makes me be more positive. And sometimes I don't really want to be positive, but he helps me and makes me anyway, and it turns out to be really good.
And she makes me less selfish because I have a tendency to be more about me, what I want for dinner, what I want for everything ever. So she tends to make me think of people other than me.
Where do you like to travel together?
Recently we went to Tybee Island, which is a lot of fun, and so that was a good trip. We've been to Antique. We one time went to Alabama literally just for a Whataburger, because I had never eaten there, and she was like, it's pretty good, so we went there and we made a whole day out of going to get Whataburger, and we just antiqued the whole way there, and then just came back.
If money wasn't a factor when it happens, of course, haha, where would you guys honeymoon to and why? We've talked about our wedding and everything kind of surrounding it like that before, and I don't know. I think for the honeymoon especially, it'll depend on like what time of year it is, but I would like to be somewhere at a beach location, I think.
And I think for me, I would just like to go someplace that we probably aren't going to get to go again, or aren't likely to.
Yeah.
So I know, you know, there's a million places we could go that's easy, that is just like right around the corner, but I'd really rather travel someplace, not necessarily exotic, but just someplace that's we're less likely to revisit. And then also, I've always wanted to go to New Zealand.
Okay. Dustin's also said about our actual like marriage ceremony that
It's going to be in New Zealand, and we're going to be dressed as hobbits.
Yes. You know what I thought when you said New Zealand was I thought you meant New Orleans. And I thought that was weird that you said that.
No, you weren't listening.
I'm listening, I'm just stupid, and I don't know where things are. What excursions and day trips would you want to do on that honeymoon? I think that me and Dustin, no matter where, if it's like the beach like that or anywhere, being outside in nature is probably going to be a big part of it.
Yeah.
And seeing like local things and stuff like that. Can you both name one another's favorite ice cream flavor? His is mint chocolate chip, probably.
And hers is probably coffee.
Oh, I love coffee ice cream.
But she also likes chocolate ice cream.
I do like chocolate ice cream. And he likes vanilla more than he likes any chocolatey stuff. When do we plan on getting married? When do we plan on getting married?
I don't know. One of these days when I have a little bit of money.
Oh, I like this one. If you guys could time travel together, what historical or future time and place would you go to? I know that I would be anywhere from like the 20s to the 50s. Is that okay? And I just like the fashion, I like the whole time, I like how everything looked and how people seemed to be.
For me, probably I would go back to... is Lord of the Rings real?
Yeah.
Historically, I think it would be cool to go see the Beatles in concert, so maybe the 60s.
If you were to have kids, how many and what would you name them?
Probably we would name them after all of the Robins. So Dick Grayson, Jason Todd, Tim Drake, Damian Wayne. If there's a girl, maybe Stephanie Brown or Carrie Kelly.
So we're going to have a lot of kids, apparently.
Just kidding. But we could name them Frodo, Sam, Merry, Pippin, Aragorn, Gimli, Legolas, and Boromir and Gandalf.
If that doesn't answer that question, I don't know what does. I think that you two are the cutest couple ever.
Thank you.
Do you two have any relationship rituals that you do as a couple, like movie night on Friday or game night on Saturdays? Love you. Love you too, oh why hey, even though your name's Tubby Custard now.
We do, there's a barbecue joint, a local barbecue joint, that if we both have a Friday off,
we go every single Friday.
We try to go to the barbecue place.
They know our order. They, I think, know our names now.
Yeah, literally we don't have to order. Like, we just sit down and they say the usual, and we say, yep, and they go get it, and they bring it to us, and it usually takes like 5 minutes to get the food.
And like our complete order, and we're finished.
Because our work schedules, and especially mine, varies so much, it's hard to say, like, every Wednesday we're going to do such and such, because I may be at work late on Wednesday, so you just never know. So it's hard to come up with anything. So that's why our only real ritual is if we both have a Friday off, that's where we'll be. But you know.
Yeah, and I think maybe too, even though this can vary as well, Sundays I really like because it's a constant that we go to church in the morning. I go to help out with Sunday school. Dustin's there early to practice music, so we're like there together all day. We're usually with his family throughout the whole day, and then we go to church again. So to me, that's something I look forward to at the end or beginning, how you look at it, of every week to spend that day together.
Yep.
What do you two call each other? I saw this question a couple days ago, and it cracked me up. One of my favorite names for Dustin is Bubby, B-U-B-B-I, and also Dust Bunny.
Yeah. For some reason, I end up calling her, well, a lot of different things over the past couple of years, but Baby Bear kind of seems to stick around. First thing was her middle name is Elizabeth, so I used to call her Sarah Beth.
And his whole family still does call me Sarah Beth.
Because there's another Sarah in my family, so when we first met, I said, is there anything else that we can call you? Because, you know, so she mentioned Sarah Beth, and so that became the thing, and then eventually it got shortened just to Surbeth, so like S-U-R-R-B-E-F, Surbeth.
And what is a funny habit of his that you love? And for Dustin, what is a funny habit that she does that you love? Dustin and kind of a couple people in his family do this, and I don't know why, but right before one of them are going to talk, they breathe really funny for a second. Like, I can tell that he's going to say something because he like breathes in and is like... And so I always know not to say anything because he's about to talk.
So Sarah has these little things where when you say certain words or certain things, she'll do different things. Like if you say something that grosses her out, she likes to tap on her nose. Or if she's trying to be silly, you can usually tell because she brings her arms up and does like this.
What shows do you watch together? Literally everything.
Yeah, we watched through The Office and Arrested Development. I picked out a bunch of stuff from the Bruce Timm Batman stuff. So Batman Animated Series, Superman the Animated Series, Justice League, Batman Beyond, Justice League Unlimited, all that good stuff. And we didn't watch all of it, but we watched a good chunk of it. And then, boom. We did most of Parks and Rec apart, but we watched the last season, I think, together. No, we watched through Firefly.
Oh, yeah.
And there was something else.
If you guys could go on vacation tomorrow, where would you go, and what would you do? Ever since we left Tybee, that's all I can think about. And every time I go to check the weather on my computer, since I searched Tybee one time, that's what comes up first, and I'm like, what? So, that's all I'm thinking about.
Yeah, I'd go back to Tybee.
That's all of the questions that I have for Dustin today. I hope that you guys enjoyed watching this and getting to know Dustin a little bit. I've been trying to work on our channel and editing things, but I recently tweeted about I just don't have the time right now to vlog and edit and upload. So I think maybe I'll try to go back to like weekend vlogs or something, because I do really like doing that. I just don't have the effort to put into it for the quality I would like it to be, and I don't believe in putting something out just to have a video out. I want it to be something I'm proud of and that you guys would like. So,
yep.
Thanks for joining me today, sir.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Anytime.
This episode brought to you by Ice.
And Sonic drinks. Thanks for doing it, babe.
Welcome, babe.